Nice to see you.
Yes.
We have a special guest here tonight from CINO'S Bagels. Joe, how are you, Joe?
I'm good. How are you, Joey?
Doing great, man. Nice to have you here. I heard you got the hottest bagel places on Long Island.
We do pretty good. Yep. Massapequa on Hicksville Road and Oceanside on Long Beach Road.
Long Beach Road and Oceanside.
And Atlantic Avenue.
All right, that's awesome. So you're in the bagel business, obviously, and I got to ask Patrick from Pat's Enterprise Recycle. You guys are friends too.
Yep.
Pat told me you have the best bagels in town.
Yes.
And we had him. You brought him recently to a party at Pat's house.
Yep.
He had the Pat's Enterprise Recycle party.
His Halloween party.
His Halloween party. What a great party, right?
Yeah, it was a good party.
And we were lucky enough to take some bagels home, and they were awesome, man.
Good. I'm glad you enjoyed them.
We love them. Yep. So my family loves bagels. So my questions to you.
Go ahead.
Were you growing up interested in cooking and baking, and were you that kind of?
I was looking for just something to make money with.
Okay.
I stumbled along my friend Pat from Mario's Bakery, and we started with that.
Back in the day?
Back in 1991.
1991.
Yep.
And so then you got into bacon?
So then we got into, it was bacon. I made bread and then cakes and cookies, and then we started with bagels in 1995.
Nice.
And then no more bakery, and we just stayed with the bagel store.
Bagel store. Same bagel store since then?
Yeah,
same location?
Same like Massapequa since 1995.
Right.
We moved across the street, but yes. And Oceanside, we opened about 14 years ago. I work with my son.
You work with your son in Oceanside?
Yep. So now he's the boss, and I just sit back and just do some paperwork and get to come in a little bit later now.
Nice. So he's running the Oceanside?
Right.
And you're more or less in Massapequa?
No, Anthony runs Massapequa. I go to work with my son in Oceanside. So he goes in early, and I come in later to do some paperwork.
Oh, okay.
Try to get out of here as quickly as I can.
So the place in Massapequa is on Hicksville Road, right by Boundary Avenue.
Yep, right by Boundary Avenue,
which is
Sal's place.
Centrally located, right in the middle of Massapequa.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, so Anthony's doing a great job over there. So he's our partner. He runs a really good show over there.
Nice.
So if you need a good bagel and you're in that area, you got to stop by and see him.
Definitely.
And if you're in Oceanside, you got to come by and see us.
We know somebody in Oceanside, don't we? We're close to Oceanside.
Yeah.
His friend Mitchell lives in that area.
Oh, okay.
So that's it. And the hours of both places are the same hours?
Yep. Well, they open at 6. We open at 5. On Oceanside opens at 5 to 2, and they open 6 to 2. Okay. 7 days a week, you know.
And in Oceanside, you're on what? Long Beach Road, you said?
Yeah, Long Beach Road and Atlantic Avenue.
Okay.
So
that's a pretty
popular
area.
Yeah,
pretty busy area.
Yeah, that's it.
So on Long Island, there's all. I mean, in New York State or anywhere, I know they say New York's got the best bagels.
Yes,
you've heard that.
Yeah.
And I think I know the reason why that is. But what would you say?
What are you going to say?
That's what people say. The water.
I think it's a combination of water and the knowledge that people in New York have.
Mm-hmm.
When you go out of state somewhere, I think that's the main reason why people don't make a good bagel. They just don't have the knowledge. You'll find a good bagel place from time to time because they have the knowledge of what to do and how to make a bagel when their problem arises. So I think that's the main reason why people do it, because I know, because I used to have two bakers, father and son, that worked for me as bakers here in New York. They moved to Florida and they did very well there.
Okay.
Because they had the knowledge that, we were taught the proper way of doing things.
Right.
So when they brought that to Florida, they adjusted with the water and whatever they had to do, and they made it work.
Right.
So
there's all different ways of making bagels.
Yes. So the best way, like we do it, is kettle boil them. Which means they go into a big vat of water for about anywhere 15 seconds to a minute.
Mm-hmm.
And then they pre-bake them. That pre-bakes them. And then they go on the boards, and that's where we seed them all and put them in the oven, which is a revolving oven.
Right.
And we seed both sides of the bagel. And then after 2 turns, or 3 turns, or whatever it may be, we flip them so now they're sticky. They won't stick to the shelf.
Okay.
So that's what makes it a little hard, and dry out the bagel a little bit.
So they're pre-cooked before they get baked.
So they're pre-cooked.
Is that boiled?
Kettle? So we kettle boil them.
Kettle boil.
In a big vat. That was like 45 gallons.
Yeah.
And then we put them on a trough, and they go inside the oven, and 10, 15 minutes later, you got a bagel.
There's no shortcuts to that.
No, you have to know what you're doing.
Right, but I know there's places on Long Island where...
Well, what they do is they put them in rack ovens and stuff.
Yeah.
So I could teach you in one day how to use the rack oven. You put them on boards, and you just put them in the oven.
Mm-hmm.
mine, you have to have a little knowledge because the revolving oven goes around really quick before you have to flip it. If you don't know what to do,
Right.
you're going to just mess up every bagel that's in the oven.
Right.
So, yeah.